Welcome to the Last Two Brain Cells podcast. I'm Bert.
I'm Corey.
You're Corey today. That's
See, so we're mixing it up a little bit. I don't
Yes.
have an alternate name.
Yeah, you're keeping me on my toes.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're going to be reading Am I the Assholes? And then also, well, actually, I'm going to be reading them
Because you're the asshole.
you.
Yes.
No, I think you're the asshole for making me read, knowing that I'm illiterate.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry to everybody who's listening because it's going to be a long one today. So
I'm going to be stumbling. I wonder if I should put my glasses on.
I can go get glasses too.
Is this going to be the glasses time? Wait, you
My-
wear glasses?
No, I have perfect vision. I'm genetically awesome. So
Oh, do you have some like blue light ones?
yeah.
Those
they
aren't
don't-
real.
No,
I
they're
think
not.
those-
But they work because like they make me blink more.
It's like a placebo kind of thing.
Yeah. So like my eyes don't get dry because genetically I'm actually not awesome. I have really bad skin and my eyes suck and my teeth are crooked. But we're not going to talk about it or anything today. We don't have to. But if you want to, we can. Because I have lots of
Am I the
anxieties.
asshole about it?
Am I the asshole for interrupting the podcast to talk about my skin issues?
No. I think there's someone that could help
Nice.
with all of that going on over there.
I hope so.
So I hope that when I read a title, it gets a visceral reaction out of you, because if it doesn't, I'm sad because I worked really hard for 10 minutes finding all these.
Okay. So I will react appropriately to them as I hear them.
All right.
Expressively.
Starting off strong. Am I the asshole for having a satanic wedding? That's the title.
No. Go Satan.
Okay, next one. Okay.
Yeah.
My fiance and I are in the planning phase of our wedding. Yay.
Yay.
And I recently told my mom that a friend of mine, a very lovely Satanist metalhead, would be officiating the wedding as per the Satanic Temple wedding ritual. An argument ensued where she expressed to me that it was disrespectful. I told her that I had no intention of doing anything in poor taste and that we wanted a fun wedding that was defiant and defied expectations. Defying gravity. Sorry. I asked her why she was offended and if she was Christian, Catholic, etc., to which she replied, no. She texted me later that night and expressed that she didn't know why she told me she wasn't Catholic and that she actually was. She then informed me that if we held the wedding like this and included a satanic message, that she and my dad wouldn't attend. Since then, there has been constant fighting with her, or there has not been a resolution. For context, I come from a very supportive, non-religious family. My father is an atheist and always has been until this issue with my mom. She had never been Catholic, never really gone to church, never raised us with faith, never theistic. Isn't that correct how you say it?
Theistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, smart.
Yes, you are.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Religion or anything. It was, however, brought to my attention that when she and my dad got married, it was in a Catholic church. I was too young then to know this, so it was news to me. One of my mom's points is that doing a ceremony like this feels to her like I'm insulting her at my wedding ceremony directly, like we're doing it all to defy her and gravity. I told her that it had nothing to do with her and that it wasn't about her. To which she told me it was unfair to tell me things aren't about her.
Honestly, I relate so much with the mom. I love to turn things that are not about me into things that are about me.
Yeah, like me currently reading this because I'm not done. Out of context, I'm a trans woman marrying another woman.
Okay.
My parents love my fiance dearly and have been accepting and supportive of my identity for as long as I can remember. Now, functionally, this is a normal wedding ceremony for all intended purposes. Truthfully, fiance and I are just freaks who want a freak wedding. It's harmless, as is the Satanic Temple and its beliefs if you look them up. It's non-theistic, community service-oriented, religion, in quotations, in the loosest sense of the word. We just wanted to do something fun. The thing is, I have no intention of changing anything about our wedding to accommodate my mom. Fiance's family is cool with it, and all my family members are cool with it. But my mom insists that she and my dad will not be attending if we hold the ceremony in this way. Am I the asshole, or is she being unreasonable? Edit for added context. TST aligns with our values, and we aren't doing it for the image. Person doing the ceremony is my best friend is fully supportive. I don't know what TST is.
The Satanic Temple.
What's the T? The Satanic Temple.
The.
They have the and the.
Yeah, it's not just like a Satanic Temple. It's not like just one of the Satanic. It's like
Satanic
the
Temple.
Satanic Temple.
It's the number one. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first thoughts. I already said during that.
You like making stuff about you?
Yeah, I
That's
like
your
making
first
stuff
thought?
about me. So, yes, the mom's the asshole. The people getting married or not. Like realistically, I don't like. Who cares? Yeah, like I feel like it's not. It's not something that's like even worth posting on Reddit. Like everyone's happy with it except for my mom. It's like that's like 80% of weddings. Like that happens with no. It could be anything. That my mom's like, well, what? But this is your only wedding day. Like you need to make it for me because I'm your mother and I raised you. It's like no, I don't have to. You don't have to do anything on your wedding day besides what you want to do on your wedding day. It's yours and yours alone. If people in your family, your friend group don't like what you're doing, then they don't have to come. Then also they're not like very good family members or friends. You know what I mean? But to me, I think it would be something where the OP would be like the poster would be the asshole if the mom was actually like hyper religious, and assuming she's like a hyper religious good person who didn't like do anything evil or force their beliefs upon people and they just believe in God and all of that kind of stuff, and then the kid wanted to like rebel or whatever, then it would be like a personal attack against the parents. But in this instance, with the context that we have, to me, no wrongdoing on the OP's part, and the mom should just get the fuck over it and embrace Satan. So
Yeah, you hit a really good point about the everybody else. I don't know why they're posting this on Reddit because the only person that has a problem is the mom.
yeah,
There's just no reason. Like you already know the answer.
it's like you've already done the entire community thing. You've gotten feedback from everyone else, and like of course the internet's going to be in the same place. Like, and who cares?
Yeah,
now
I
you
think
want
this
attention.
this was okay. Actually, this person's the asshole. They are attention seeking.
I
You already knew the answer to this,
That's
and you're
true.
coming in here at like asking for external validation.
Yes. Wait. Okay. Yeah. This person's an asshole for different reasons. Agreed.
Yeah.
100%.
So they are both the asshole.
The two main characters are the assholes.
You start getting really personal there. I mean, I guess not.
Nah,
but
I can.
You're the married person.
I am the married person. So, as an expert on marriage, fuck the mom. If she's not wanting to be there.
Yeah, y'all probably had a great wedding.
We did. Yeah, we did have a great wedding, but that's because my wife's incredible. So she knows what to do.
Shout out Jenna. She's the
I
best.
just showed up. She is the best. She's awesome. I'm gonna go hang out with her. I'll be back.
All right, bye. Actually, can you guys tag team like out? Can I just have her as my co-host?
That would make a much better podcast. Absolutely. Yeah, we can definitely do that. She'd have to wake up before noon though. So
okay, we'll bitch a bit, and then as soon as she wakes up.
Perfect.
Actually, wait, hold on. That's 2 hours from now. I totally forgot we're on an hour difference.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was like, oh, it's only an hour.
She wasn't coming anyways. She's not gonna. This is a weird hypothetical because she ain't fucking coming. Now you're booing my wife.
Boo! We're booing that you aren't letting her come on the podcast because we know it's you.
Excuse me, I can't let my wife or not let my wife do anything. Okay, she has free will and she can do whatever she wants.
Okay, all right. That first one was kind of a layup, so we had to make it difficult. Next one. Oh, this is another like wedding thing. Let me scooch these around a bit.
You just scooch them.
Let me scooch them.
Yeah,
Am I the asshole for laughing in my cousin's face when she tried to stage an intervention for my drug use? Am I the asshole for laughing in my cousin's face when she tried to stage an intervention for my quotations? Forgot to put that in. Drug use. That changes like a bit of the writing.
First interaction. Or first reaction to it, yes, you are the asshole probably, but we'll find out.
Well, they did put quotations around drug use. So.
Yeah, so does everybody who uses drugs. So.
Oh, actually, true. I, 27 male, have a condition which causes me to overproduce earwax. Wait a second. What? Okay. I don't tell people about it because I was bullied for it growing up. Only my wife and parents know. Every other day, I have to put medication in each ear, let it sit, then flush it out with a rubber-tipped syringe. This prevents ear infections, vertigo, permanent hearing loss, and worsening of my tinnitus. I have dealt with all of these things to some extent, so I stay on top of my eardrop regimen. If my alarm goes off when I'm with others, I go to the bathroom for 20 minutes and knock it out. If I don't follow my schedule, I forget, so I can't put it off. 2 weeks ago, my mom hosted family dinner. My cousin, Kara, 37 female, saw me waltz off to the bathroom to do my thing, syringe in hand, and asked what I was doing. I said, just a minor medical thing. She kept pushing, but I didn't want to say anything because she gossips. I told her it's personal and scooted past. When I left, she was standing in the hallway. She asked what took so long and why the toilet didn't flush. I said, none of her business. She said she didn't mean to offend. Last weekend, my friend called me to invite me out to lunch with some buddies. He said to meet up at his house so we wouldn't have to drive separately. I arrive at his house to find Kara and my friends sitting solemnly on the couch. Kara said that they were here to talk about my quotation marks problem and that they just wanted to help. I said there's no problem. Suddenly it clicked in my head what this was about. I couldn't help but laugh a little bit out of shock. He asked what was so funny, and I said, first of all, why didn't you talk to my wife or my parents? She said she didn't want to involve my enablers, in quotation marks, which just made me laugh harder. She looked annoyed and said she was done trying to help. I said, that's all right by me. She stormed out. I explained to my friends. They knew I have a condition, but never pressed me on it. I guess when Kara approached them, they thought I was lying. Obviously, I'd rather they know than worry about me being an addict when I'm not. I thanked them for their support. Kara apparently reached out to all of my friends through my social media. We all got a good hearty laugh out of it, which Kara must have heard because she was, of course, eavesdropping. She burst back in and told me to tell them the truth, to which I said I did. My friend kicked her out. We went for lunch and thought that was that. My mom called me yesterday and told me she had talked to Kara about the whole thing and explained. She said Kara was very upset with me and essentially called me an asshole for not explaining and laughing in her face and embarrassing her. I said I was embarrassed and that Kara had no right to my info. I think she shouldn't go around snooping and making assumptions. My mom still thinks I should apologize. ETA, she didn't see my alarm go off, just ran to me on her way from the kitchen. My alarm, okay, this is extra information. Went back from the dinner party. She didn't see my alarm go off, just ran into me on her way from the kitchen. My alarm isn't for dinner time, it's for 9:15 p.m. I do it at home most of the time. Yeah.
No.
That's it.
That person is not the asshole. Did you say the cousin's name was Karen?
Kara.
Okay.
Close.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Close enough.
Close. She's right there. She's she's almost. And I think when she grows up, I think she's 37. She's
37.
As soon as she hits 40, that's when the rest of it comes in.
We add the end there. Okay. Yeah. So no, not even a little bit. I feel like, first of all, I would laugh in my cousin's face too. 100%. If for things that are like less dumb than that, just because honestly, my cousins and I don't really get along that well, so like that, that's besides the point. But if you want to talk
a little
about
deep again,
we can talk about. No, it's fine. We need a therapy episode though, for sure. First of all, I didn't know that you could overproduce earwax to a point where you would have to do that that often. Like I figure like every once in a while.
I'm gonna look that up now.
Don't. I feel like
I'm curious.
Don't.
And then I can send some videos.
Don't.
Have you seen the ear cleaning videos?
Don't. No. Mm-mm.
You don't like that?
That's disgusting as fuck.
Oh, so you probably don't like the pimple popper videos either.
Also disgusting. Why would people like that? They're gross.
That's insane.
Are you kidding me?
It's like the satisfying, like when
no, it's not. Just go watch someone paint a house or like clean up something, like the lawnmower videos where the guy goes around. He's like, "Hey,
and
man.
he does it for free."
Yeah, it's amazing. Go watch that. It's wholesome and nice. I don't want somebody like pop pimples. It's the same exact concept except for not productive. Ugh.
It is productive.
No, it's not. It's gross.
It's painful for some people, so they have to, Dr. Pimple Popper has to go in there and just
no. She should be in
prison.
All
out.
No.
In prison?
In prison.
You think dermatologists should be in prison?
Just that one.
Okay, specifically only her. All right.
Yes, for terrorism.
I was about to say for war crimes.
Yeah, online terrorism. Back to Earwax King. I don't think that.
Earwax King.
I don't think they did anything wrong at all, and I think you're allowed to have privacy in the bathroom regardless. Okay, even if you're doing drugs, but also the fact that you could be around. Presumably, this cousin is around Earwax King a lot, right? To the point where they should have more context and more information about whether or not this person is probably a drug addict. And they probably shouldn't leap to drug addiction because somebody is in the bathroom for 20 minutes. And why are you like that?
Why are you flush watching?
Yeah, they're flush watching.
So weird.
What, ear pressed against the door, waiting to hear a flush? Like, I didn't hear that. It's like, well, maybe they're saving water. Yeah. Did they go inspect the toilet afterwards? Like, my God, it's disgusting. Karen, you're disgusting.
Also, they're cousins, so they've known each other for a long time. How has this just come up when one is 27 and one's 37?
Yeah.
Like that 10-year age gap.
Especially because like the older one is the one who would have experienced the entire life of the younger one. So it's not like, I don't know.
It's not like this is a surprise. Or maybe she's just that oblivious.
She's just that oblivious, I think.
And then also part of me, this separates from the first one because I feel these were both layups as, hey, OP, you're not the asshole. But them putting this on here, it's funny. So I appreciate it. I don't think they're an asshole for sharing this story.
No, yeah, me too. I agree. I'm with you on that one.
Oh, but then they also did have controversy because someone told them that they should apologize. Why is mom taking her side? Let's rewind that. What are we with the moms right now?
But it's because moms do this thing where they want to keep the entire family together. We have to unify the family. Even that one's an asshole. Okay, you have to be the bigger person. I raised you to be the bigger. No, fuck. Like Karen's never gonna learn if we don't put her in her place. You know what I mean? She's never gonna learn. Your cousin's never ever gonna learn. She's gonna do this in 100 different ways, like to other people, and it's gonna be really annoying every single time. And then why do we have to care about her feelings if she's just gonna stampede through all of our problems without actually paying attention to what's no. Mom, you're wrong.
That's why I love my mom. She ain't like this.
Yeah, that's why I love your mom too.
She is the bullshit caller. You love my mom?
I do love your mom.
You met my mom?
No.
We look completely different. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know.
100% because I've met your mom. So.
Did you get punished as a child? Like,
did I get punished?
Yeah.
No, I think my entire childhood was kind of just like a long punishment. But
like existing.
Mm-hmm. But
you feel like, why did you bring me into this world?
Yeah, like what is this? But no, I'm like, my parents had their own problems for sure, but they were good parents. You know, never punished. Maybe not punished enough. I feel like not actually grounded enough. But
what are you? Are you only, or you have siblings?
I have a brother.
Younger or older?
Younger brother. I was the experimental child.
How much younger?
3 years? 4 years?
Oh, so your brother's older than me?
3 years? Yeah, I think so. You just wanted to slip in that you're a youth.
Yeah, I am a youth. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure that people know that I'm cool and young and hip with it.
With your glasses. With
my glasses. Okay, it's a lot of reading. Do I want to fatigue my eyes? That's how I stay so young and youthful.
I'm not fatiguing
my eyes.
So.
All right. I'm also the older sibling, but whatever.
Yeah, we turned out great. So.
Yeah, first pancake.
Never heard that before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like how when you're making like your next batch of pancakes and you pour out the first thing, and how it's also
like a test pancake.
Yeah, it's like, this could be wonky, this could be bad.
Yeah, and it usually is.
Yeah, and then you like try to perfect your process for like the second pancake that usually turned out well.
I like that. Yeah. Wow.
I got called the first pancake before, and I was like, "Are you saying my butt's flat? Like, what is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Yeah,
and then they tried to walk it back.
You can't.
And made up this entire saying.
Mm-hmm.
But now I just tell people that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I was part of something. Okay.
Nice.
Am I the asshole for accidentally ruining my autistic boyfriend's safe food?
Probably.
All right. Okay, next one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Kidding. My boyfriend loves stew. He wants to eat it every day for every meal. His favorite stew is beef tips and vegetables. Ooh, good choice.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's from a local place, but it's really expensive. Like $47 for a big bowl. They don't do small orders for takeout, and he is grossed out by leftovers, so more than half of it gets wasted. We've had a couple of arguments about it. He says, I don't understand his brain. I say he doesn't understand our budget. Recently, I looked up some recipes, including doing a dissection of the takeout soup and tried my hand at making a home-cooked replacement for stew night. He loved it for a few days, and then one night he was hanging out with me in the kitchen and saw me put tomato paste into the pot. He was really upset and demanded that I make the soup without the paste. I told him it wouldn't taste the same, and he said it would be better because he hates tomatoes. They're not a safe food for him. So I made the soup with no tomato paste, and big surprise, something felt off about it to him. Instead of admitting that the tomato paste was necessary, he threw a fit and told me he didn't want home-cooked food anymore if I was going to play with him and not take his safe food seriously. He thinks I changed more than just the tomato paste in an effort to get him to admit he was wrong. $400 and stew orders later, I had an idea to ask the chef when we were picking up the order if there was any tomato products in the stew. And lo and behold, there is tomato in the recipe. Fucking tomato paste. Sorry, she said that. I didn't. In my mind, this was great because I thought he would get over it if he knew his original perfect stew had tomato paste. Like, oh, I guess tomato paste isn't so bad then. But it was the exact opposite. He walked out of the restaurant without saying anything and then refused to eat the stew that night and hasn't ordered it again. And he's been ignoring me while sulking around the house, using his whiny voice a lot and slamming things. His sister also texted me to tell me I'm a selfish asshole for needing to get back at him, in quotation marks, by taking his favorite food away. I literally just wanted to stop spending insane amount of money on stew. I wasn't trying to hurt him or ruin his life. I'm not autistic. I can't really wrap my head around caring this much about a single ingredient. I genuinely didn't see this reaction coming. We've been together for 4 years, and he's only had 3 other fits like this. The other ones were pretty reasonable. Those were also a little less intense and didn't include input from his family. This is the first time anyone in his family has ever spoke to me like this. So I've been back and forth between quotation mark y'all are overreacting and what have I done? Am I the asshole? It sounds so dumb when I write it all out, but living it has made me feel physically sick with regret. I can't think straight anymore. And then here's an edit. I'm getting ready for work right now, so I can't respond to individual comments, but there's some recurring confusion questions I wanted to clear up because it might affect the answers. 1, the stew place is a catering place with a mini restaurant. So every time we order takeout, we're ordering a catering amount. It's not stew made out of gold. We order from there 2 to 3 times a week. It's not the only thing he eats. It's just the top 5 foods for him. He doesn't eat this unreasonably every single day. He has a job and contributes with money. I'm not funding his entire diet. We do mixed money, so even though he pays for the meal half the time, it still does feel like we're losing money. He works part-time and I work full-time. Bills are probably split 70-30.
Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. I have a couple thoughts. Initially, what I picked up on is his first argument was that she doesn't understand his brain. And I think that he's right about that, right? And so I think for him, it's okay to be really frustrated. It does seem to me like she didn't think through, when he made this whole big thing about not wanting the tomato paste in the home cooked meal, right? Even though he liked what she did, it should have triggered something in her to realize that tomato paste and tomatoes will likely ruin anything that he likes. And so she should have had more foresight in asking that question. What it sounded like to me is when I get in an argument and I just want to be right, I lose sight of the reason that we're arguing in the first place. And I'll go full out of my way to just make sure that I'm right and be like, haha, told you. And then the person's like, well, now I feel shitty in 2 ways. And it's instead of just one. And so it's like she just didn't listen to what he needed in that moment. And I don't have autism, but I have ADHD. So I understand the struggle of trying to get Jenna to understand my brain, right? Because there's things I have brain fog and brain fog and I'm forgetful and I have all of these things where I get super excited about stuff and I won't finish it. Even though in the moment, I'm talking to Jen about how I'm super pumped to do it. And anybody else who might not have ADHD would complete it and be excited about the final product of whatever task they're taking on, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, so Jenna and I have actual productive discussions about what needs to happen in order for me to be able to do things successfully and to live a happy functional life, and she's really accommodating to that even if she doesn't understand it. And to me, it doesn't sound like the poster of this was very accommodating of the person, especially because it's only happened 3 times. And so, like, in the grand scheme of things, in 4 years, if he's only had 2 fits before this, right, or the way she described it as fits, then this isn't like an everyday occurrence. It's not something she has to deal with all the time. It's not like exhausting for her. Like, his autism is not affecting her life on a day-to-day basis besides the stew. So, like, just take 5 minutes to sit the fuck down and have a conversation about what it is about the stew that he likes, and maybe see if there's better alternatives to that, or like go talk. Maybe a little bit of counseling would have been good, and we can get through the tomato issue. Like, maybe there's a better way to broach the subject of, like, oh, you don't like tomatoes, but like, what about this product? Or like, maybe we can have some tomato exposure therapy. Like, maybe I can hold up a picture of a tomato and then I'll put it down and I'll give you a kiss on the forehead. You know what I mean? Like, let's get some positive tomato association going. And then her homemade stew, which she worked really hard on and was a good idea, would be like a better solution for both of them, you know?
Yeah, because if you think about why something tastes off in any kind of dish, it's chemicals. Like, you almost have to have a degree in OChem to be a really good chef, because it's about balancing out the acidity and in every single flavor profile. So you could just find something else that was similar to tomato paste. I know that it's not that simple. I'm just saying, like, you could find some kind of substitution that would eventually work, because then it shows, oh, I know that you love stew. I know that you have a problem with this. I also sometimes have difficulties giving people the benefit of the doubt. In my brain, I feel a bit that she knew it was going to have tomato paste. And I know it's
she definitely did.
She wanted to be right. It's more so, I want to save money. I want him to stop eating the stew. I don't think that she ever thought that he was going to be okay with it. Like, I think that she was purposely trying to save money by doing this. That's kind of how I took that.
I agree. It was 100% when she asked the chef. It was asking while knowing the answer. Like, she knew 100%. And so, like, it just wasn't, it was for the sole purpose of winning the argument and to save money, right? Which, you know, the argument. And saving money makes sense, you know, like, wanting to be financially responsible, all good. She said 70-30. That's great. You know, like, he works part-time, she works full-time. She's carrying a little bit more of the load financially. So I would assume that he's carrying the load in other ways. But because it's so expensive, she's not wrong for wanting to get a different solution. She's not wrong for that at all. She's just wrong about the way she did it.
Yeah. Because I relate to this hard. So, like, you with your ADHD. Oh my God. I wish. I have anxiety, like, diagnosed and everything. And a lot of the similarities come between, like, ADHD, anxiety, and autism. Like, when people are trying to get tested for something, it's usually similar symptoms beyond the 3. It's just like, what direction on the spectrum, like, is it for you? So for me, handling change is so difficult for me. When we have a plan and it's going to go this way, and I've wrapped my brain around every single worst possible case scenario that's going to happen, and I know that this is going to happen this way, and it changes, I know this, become so irrationally upset. There's no reason to be upset. There's nothing to be wrong about. It's just I can't handle change sometimes, because I am not prepared mentally for the change.
Right.
So, and it could be something so small. A change in the time. I don't wake up at the time that I want to wake up. That means it doesn't mean I'm going to push everything back in the day. It means I'm going to do nothing the rest of the day. That is it. I'm not going to do any of it.
Know that feeling very well. I mean, it's like with today's podcast episode, right? Like, that is something similar that I have as well. So, like, when I woke up this morning and I saw your message, they're like, recording tomorrow, and I was like, great, this is the first time I've heard about this. And like, we for context, Bert and I have planned to record at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern on Sundays. So that's like set in stone-ish.
Loosely.
But it's like
it's
loosely.
the second time that we recorded.
It's like it's like in gravel, you know, it's not in stone. It's like it's very loose. But like so for me, I was like, well, I'll wake up and we'll see, you know, like maybe I'll play some Marvel Rivals, maybe I'll stream. And I open up Bert's Discord message and I woke up late. And so I was like, okay, now I know I have to record a podcast, which means I can't do the stream, which means I can't play Marvel Rivals, which means I can't do this. And then I was like, Bert, I need you to be more on top of things.
You're like the why IATA.
Well, yeah, because you messaged me after I went to bed, which is not your fault because it was like 10:50 and I'm just old, so I went to bed. I just went to bed early. And so yeah, so I get that. Like change is hard to deal with. I feel like for a lot of mental disorders, a lot of any mental issues that you might have, like an abrupt change to something or an unplanned change when you, like you said, you have come up with all these other plans and scenarios, or like just a belief system, like homie just believes that his stew is fantastic and there's no tomato in
tomato
it.
Paste.
Yeah, tomato paste
no
specifically.
Tomato paste.
Like, and so he's happily, blissfully unaware of the tomato paste in the stew, and then you shatter his reality, and it's hard to deal with, right?
God, that just the shattering of the reality. If something that I had loved for so long, and then just finding out that something was, it's like a person. If you have an idol and then you find out that they're a shit person, there's so much, like that thing is almost dying for you.
Oh, yeah.
You're mourning the loss now of your favorite food. Or you have your favorite food and then you get food poisoning. Oh, that's
hasn't
such a
stopped me.
bummer.
Love you, Chipotle. Love you.
Yeah, I love you, 7-Eleven hot dogs.
But no, yeah, I'm with you on that 100%. So, okay, wait, we need to determine though, is the person the asshole? I think yes.
I think she's asshole.
Yeah.
I'm going to always lean towards the asshole on the person who is posting it because I know that they're going in for validation. And two, I don't give people the benefit of the doubt. I think that there's alternative. Well, how do you say
ulterior? It's ulterior motives.
Motives, yeah.
I agree with you. And side note, they're also the ones telling the story. So
yeah. They're
an unreliable narrator.
Nice.
Exactly. So we don't they're going to give you the details as close to, it's like when you lie, but you just fucking leave in the middle of my story.
Yeah.
You can't just get up in the middle of the podcast.
Teto was bitching, so I had to have him stop bitching because I had a feeling it was going to be coming up in the mic.
No, I mean, that's fine. Okay.
He was screaming because I closed the door this time because we had a lot of audio coming from my side. There was extra stuff, so I tried to stop it.
He's the asshole.
Yeah, he's the asshole right now.
I forgot what I was saying, but it wasn't important, so we can move on.
Nice.
Let's go.
I also was kind of half listening, so I couldn't tell you.
That's how you know it's a good podcast.
We just really don't listen to each other.
Yeah, also definitely just nodding off in the middle of a conversation. Sorry.
Okay, freaking, do you yawn just outside of being tired?
No.
Are you serious?
No, I don't yawn unless I'm tired, but I'm also tired all the time. Okay. So.
I just yawn, if I'm excited about something, I yawn. If I'm overwhelmed,
that seems like a lie I would tell people.
A lie? You're calling me a liar?
That sounds like a lie I would tell people when they're boring me and I yawn. And I'm like, no, I just do that randomly. Even when I'm excited or super into something, I yawn.
That's fricked, man. That is fricked. While yawning, that's fricked. You did that on purpose. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt that was I'm sleepy.
No, I'm just really tired.
Yeah, because now you set yourself up going, oh, I'm always tired. So that means, oh, you're always going to yawn. Teto, back the frick up, man. Don't eat my quiche. Back it up. That's what I thought. I'm a loving mother.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for spending my son's university fund on a trip to Europe to drink beer like I always threatened, instead of giving it to his stepbrother after he passed away? So the son passed away. She's going on a trip, not giving that money to the stepbrother.
Got it. That was a confusing title because I thought the stepbrother died at first.
Because I'm like, why would you? But
what does it have to do with? Yeah, okay.
The first sentence starts with my son was smart. So
okay.
Son deaf, not here anymore.
Okay.
R.I.P. son. My son was smarter than me. I almost requested a paternity test because he was so damn intelligent. That is a joke. So my ex and I divorced when he was 12. And then my ex-wife remarried when my son was 14. And then I remarried when he was 16. I had an RESP set up for him. That's an educational fund in Canada. As long as he went for post-secondary education, he could use the money for anything. I always told him that I was okay with him not going to university. That way I could use the money I had saved up for him to go to Belgium and buy some beer from Monks that only allow you to buy one case. He knew I was joking, and he always played along. He wouldn't let me get his goat. When he got accepted to McGill, it was the proudest moment of my life. I took him out for a beer to celebrate his achievement and mourn the loss of my trip to Europe. My son was drunk and killed by a drunk driver in March. I'm dealing with it. My ex is dealing with it. My wife has been nothing but my rock in this. She is holding me up. I was dealing with the funeral arrangements and everything when my ex came to talk to me about his money. She knew he had a scholarship and was just going to use the money for living expenses and an emergency fund. She asked me what I was going to do with it. I said I was going to do what I always said I would. I was going to Europe to drink beer. She asked if she could have it for her stepson. I thought about it and said no. Her husband is a decent enough person, but he made it clear that he wasn't responsible for any expenses for my son, beyond food and shelter and stuff, obviously. Like I said, he is decent. I said I was not going to do that. I was going to go drink beer in my son's honor. She says I'm wasting thousands of dollars, and I guess I am. I have to give back the government portion of the fund, but I don't really care. My ex thinks I'm being stupid and irresponsible wasting my son's money like this. I don't care. My son would laugh his ass off if he knew that I actually did it.
Not the asshole. 100%
asshole.
Definitively not the asshole. The other dad didn't want to help his son. Right? The other dad didn't want to help this dad's son. This dad doesn't have to help the other dad's son. Presumably, they're not in a situation where they're like poor and like they need the money to survive, all that kind of stuff. It just seems like an extra bonus that his ex-wife wants. Again, not his kid. And he and his kid, who's recently died, who he's currently mourning the loss of, had an inside joke about going to Europe to get beer with the money that his kid was going to give for college. His kid is no longer here, which means that one way he can honor his memory is to live up this actual experience that he and his son talked about. It's something that he can share with his son wherever his son may be now. Right. And a memory that he'll have forever. It's the same thing to me as like spreading your loved one's ashes somewhere in their honor, or doing something that you know that the person who has recently passed away would enjoy. And you can kind of have that moment where you're still connected to them, even though they're not here anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like giving that money just to some other little brat is way less fun. You know, like way less of a good way to honor someone's memory, in my opinion. And again, when grieving, as long as you're not actively hurting anybody, which I don't think he is here. He's not actively helping somebody else, but he's not actively hurting anyone either. You're allowed to do whatever you need to do to move on, you know? And this sounds like a really good way to get closure to me. And his ex-wife should understand that. And if she doesn't, it's a good thing they're not fucking together anymore, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Not the asshole.
Okay, I was going to say, your mic started sounding weird for a second.
Did it?
Talk again?
Okay,
it's back to normal.
Okay. Was it because I turned this way and talked?
No, it started sounding like it was like in a funnel. I don't know how to explain it.
Is it when I touched it? Did it do that? Does it sound like that now?
Nope, it doesn't sound any different. It switched up for a second, but it's good now.
Gulp.
So
Okay.
we're chilling.
Nice.
Yeah. My main thing is that the money was never his. The money was never going to go to the stepson. There was no stipulation. So that money, in theory, doesn't exist.
Not for him anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist at all. So I don't think anybody is being an asshole besides the ex-wife.
Right.
I don't think the stepson knows that this is what's going on.
Oh.
I don't think that the new husband knows that this is going on.
And even if I don't think either of them are assholes either in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't think the other husband I don't think the other husband's an asshole for not helping the recently passed away kid either. Like when he was still alive. Like nobody's an asshole, like you said. Yeah, I agree with you, except for the
like he covered the basic needs that he needed, which that's all you can ask for is like just feed my kid, make sure that he's not dirty and stuff, and then send it off, and I can handle everything else.
Right.
It's she could have put it in a way, hey, what are you going to be doing with that money? And then if he says, oh, I don't know, you then throw in the suggestion, well, if he wanted to, he's going up on graduation, that'd be cool. But she didn't do that. She immediately went for the, you should give it to me after hearing the answer.
It's the right thing to do.
And that's her son too.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. And so it's her son. So presumably she's mourning the loss of him. And like the only other person who can feel the same exact way that she feels is the person she's currently calling an asshole and like is mad at.
Exactly.
And it's like, why? It doesn't seem like the dad is actively going out of his way to make her life worse during the mourning process, but she's going out of her way to make his life worse during the mourning process when they each just lost their child. Like that doesn't, it's not healthy or good or nice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's an asshole. He's not. Go drink beer.
Yeah. With the monks.
Pour one out, you know?
Also, his wife, Elite. Thank you for being his rock during this.
Absolutely. I thought you meant the ex-wife for a second. And I was like,
no.
Like we just changed up real
that's
quick.
that's why she's ex.
Mm-hmm. Current wife, amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
Ex, you're next for a reason. I can see why they broke up.
Me too. I don't like her.
I don't like her either. Man. This is the woman hating podcast. Just kidding.
No, just that woman.
We've just been ex like moms.
That's actually true. Yeah,
every single one has been a mom.
A lot of mommy
causing,
issues.
like trouble. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why people have them now.
Me
Could
too.
be me though.
No, not me.
Could not be me.
Nope.
Am I the asshole for reminding my friend that just because she's poor doesn't mean I am?
Oof.
That's yeah.
Oof. The title's assholey. I'm gonna be honest. But we'll see.
I'm 20 female, which also kind of makes me feel some kind of way with them being the age that they are.
Did you get your money?
Just them being young.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
How did they get their money? Because it doesn't, that's not like enough time to accrue
really
wealth.
Age.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Trust fund, baby.
Yeah. Like we'll see.
Well, yeah. I'm 20 female, enrolled in the laundry program at school. Laundry program? That's okay. I'm going to keep reading this. I'm 20 female enrolled in the laundry program at school where I pay a lump sum and they do my laundry for all year. Oh, and they do my laundry for me all year. Okay.
I thought she was going to school for laundry.
For laundry.
All right.
I was like, is that like an MRS degree? What is this?
Which is fine if that's your thing. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Get into Harvard, find yourself a husband, live your life.
Do some laundry.
It's very popular at my university, and they pick it up from my dorm weekly. My friend, 21 female, is weirdly obsessed with us and constantly comments on it for some reason. She always comes over and sees my bag and has some random comment to say. She'll say, "How could anyone pay for that?" To which I say, "Why? Why would I ever do something I don't want to? If I could just pay someone else to do it for me, I'm going to do it."
Oh, shit.
I wonder if she's like this to everyone, because that would explain why she has few friends. Almost everyone I know uses the laundry program. Her unwanted comments make me like her less. She did again and was like, "What a waste of money. The laundry program is ridiculously expensive and no one can afford that." I simply said that I don't find it expensive at all and that she finds it expensive because she's poor. Not, so I'll continue paying for the program. She's furious that I called her poor, but she is. It's just a fact. Am I the asshole? Edit. LOL at all the bitter people. It's unfortunate that her parents don't take care of her like they should, but that's not my problem. I'm not her mom and dad. They're responsible for their kid.
So she's not well off. Her parents are. This one's complicated because I don't pocket watch people unless they're actively doing things that are bad to other people with their money. But spending money, so I relate to the poster in the sense that I don't like I don't like doing things that are boring and annoying and take a lot of time if I can afford to not do them.
To pay someone else to do it.
Exactly. And you're allowed to do what you want with your money or your parents' money in this situation. So it's kind of annoying to me that her friend cares so much about something so trivial, because it can be fucking annoying if somebody comes over and makes this, no matter what the comment is, every single time I'd be like, okay, fuck off, like you just shut the fuck, like why did you even come over here? But this person, like the way that they speak, the way that they talk, they sound like an asshole. Like I think they are like an asshole in like their day-to-day life is the vibe that I'm getting. They're just not an asshole for this specific thing until they call them poor. Yeah. So like what they should have said is, listen, I choose to spend money on this. It's okay if you don't, but will you please like stop talking about it? Like, like that should have been the conversation. And if the person didn't stop talking about it every single time, then just stop being friends with them, I think, versus just calling them poor.
Yeah, she went in on that girl.
Yeah.
She was like, honestly, I see why she's like this and why she has no friends.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, holy cow.
Yeah, that was like very Mean Girls, I feel like.
And also, why are you the friend?
Yeah.
Like, if you
that's not a very friendly
like
thing
them,
to say. Yeah. Is it your charity work because you're so wealthy and she's so poor? Like, is that why you're their friend? Like,
she's trying to do one of those coming of age like movies where she makes over the not popular girl.
Yeah.
And
She's Glinda.
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 But then becomes Glinda.
Spoilers. Did you know they used the Fortnite glider sound for the Defying Gravity scene? Like actually,
are you like 100%?
Like I'm not pulling your leg. I'm not grabbing your goat or whatever.
Goat.
Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, they used the Fortnite glider sound in the Defying Gravity scene.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, like when it like the as the voice?
Yes.
Ooh,
They literally
I
used the
see
Fortnite sound.
Is it because it's in the public domain? Like that sound
maybe
isn't owned by them?
I feel like it is owned by Fortnite. Maybe though. It could be in the public domain. But it could just be like maybe one of the sound people likes Fortnite a lot. And then so they reached out for permission. But yeah, I saw a tweet about it. I got sent a tweet by my friend Oracle. And yeah, it was like 100% confirmed, which is super cool.
That is so cool.
Mhm.
I love that.
Me too.
Well, now I have to go. Now I have another reason to watch it.
I know.
Again.
I'll watch it with my wife today. Screw football.
Once again, have you gone and seen that movie? I mean, seen the show live?
No, never had the opportunity to do so.
Birthday, anniversary, present to New York. Come on. You got to do it for her. And you guys got to go see it.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be the best thing ever.
Well, now you just spoiled it. It's not a surprise anymore. She's going to listen to the podcast.
We'll cut this part.
Okay.
We'll cut this part. Actually, don't do that.
Oh, okay, I won't.
You should do that.
Okay,
Don't do it.
I won't. I'm confused.
Nah, it was so good. I almost brought to tears when I saw it on Broadway.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Shit's good.
Okay.
Now, if you hate it, I didn't say anything
I won't.
about it.
It's impossible. No, I won't hate it. I don't think I could hate a Broadway musical because, like, just by definition, the people who are in it are going to be talented, and I like talented people. So, honestly, I think The Wizard of Oz was cast wrong, and I think that the
like the first ever one.
No. Like the literal wizard.
Oh, okay.
Was bad casting, despite the fact that I really love Jeff Goldblum. Like I really love him a lot. I just don't think he was the right choice, and I also don't think that the Professor Morble or whatever was a good cast. And I love her. Crazy Rich Asians is like one of my top 5 movies of all time. Like I think I've rewatched it like 1,000 times, and I always watch it whenever I'm on an airplane. I think it's like the best airplane movie ever. But she just wasn't good.
Yeah, they did feel a little like out of place.
She wasn't good
when it came to this. It didn't hit.
Yeah,
all the other because of how well all the other characters like hit. That you had to keep this going.
Yep. This is a wicked podcast now. So
yeah, it's actually surprise. We tricked you. We had to get you at the beginning.
We're the
assholes. You could hear us take our takes.
Yep.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my husband he's too broke to be sexist? To be so sexist.
I just feel like you shouldn't be go ahead. Yep.
So my husband comes from a traditional family. Mom is a stay-at-home mom. Father was a sole provider. I come from the opposite. My mother pretty much forbade from ever being financially dependent on a man and drilled that into me early on. My husband worked hard to unlearn the values he saw replicated at home. He, parentheses, often more than, pulled his weight at home. He was an engaged and present father and a genuine partner. The one thing that grinds my gears is how much weight he puts on the opinions of his family. I get that we all want our parents to be proud of us, but this is too much. My in-laws are staying with us for 2 weeks. Oh, our usual MO is I prepare breakfast, we all eat lunch at work/school, and my husband makes dinner. We have a cleaner, but she's on holiday, so in the meantime, we're DIYing the cleaning where it's done to everyone to keep their space clean and common spaces we all clean. This is how we've always done it, and it works. My in-laws hate that I'm one of those modern women. They hate that I work, they hate that I don't find my purpose in being a wife and mother, and they hate that my husband pulls his weight at home. We spoke pretty frankly early on, where I established my boundaries and told them I won't be chastised about how I live in my home. When I am a guest in their home, I accommodate their ways and I play the daughter-in-law that they wish I was. They have, for the most part, respected this. I got home yesterday after work tired and starving. I typically get home 18:15 to 30, so I guess that's 6:15 to 6:30. Pretty sure that's military time. And we eat at 7. I said quick hellos and ran up for a pre-dinner shower. When I come down, I went to the kitchen to help set up dinner and found nothing ready. I asked my husband about it, but he wouldn't look at me, and his mother answered that he hadn't cooked anything. She told me I needed to do my duty as a wife and cook for my family. My coward of a husband still wasn't looking at me. I just walked away in order to take out. I dished up for me and my kids, and we sat at the table to eat. My husband and his parents served themselves and joined us. My mother-in-law was still going on about what was wrong with me and why I was a failure. I asked my husband if he had anything to say. He said his mother had a point and it wouldn't hurt if I acted more like a proper woman and took better care of my home and children. He said tradition was tradition for a reason, and it was kind of insulting that I thought I was too good for how he was raised. This is where I might be the asshole. I told him tradition won't allow a man on $35K to support a family of 5, and he was too broke to be so sexist. He looked hurt, and I saw tears welling in his eyes. He excused himself from the table, and I regret saying this in front of our children, but him saying that to me after I'm busting my ass to clean up his mess on top of having to deal with his parents was too much for me. Am I the asshole?
No. Honestly, no. Like a harsh fucking reality check. Like this dude, the money thing I would say is a very tough sting to take, for him, right? Like, but the deal is, if you want your partner to be the traditional housewife role, that means that you have to play the traditional provider role. Yeah. It's a two-way street. Yep. So if you want to live a stereotypical life from the 1950s, fine, more power to you. But you better be making it really easy on the person who's cooking and cleaning and raising your children. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't have somebody who contributes financially and is taking on portions of your responsibilities, but then you want them to do all of the responsibilities that you don't want to do too. So that you're asking this person to be a person and a half while you're just being a half a person. And you're sitting there and listening to this dude is such a pussy. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he's such a mama's boy.
He is. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for him.
Yeah.
So
and this felt really good because I know that she said, I hate that I did this in front of my kids, but it felt really full circle because she grew up and her mom was like, you're not going to be living off someone's salary. You're not going to be dependent on no man. And so now she got to have that moment in front of her kids, like setting a boundary.
Right.
Like as a woman, just going, hey, you can't be saying this on this amount.
Yep.
That's just facts.
And it's true. She said something that was true, which makes it less assholey. You know what I mean? And I know we just came from the other one where the girl was like, well, you're poor. So, but it's a little bit different. Because context matters, and this was an actual legitimate defense moment where she needed to defend herself, and the fact that it was in front of her in-laws, in front of her husband, in front of her kids, it's like that's a good powerful thing to do.
She was letting it be known. I'm not going to be messed with in this way now.
Yep.
Also, who are you married to?
Yeah.
Who are you legally married to? Who's helping keep the roof over the head? And you're going to side with someone that just has opinions, that has no impact on your life is insane.
And respectfully, be nice to your parents, listen to them. You know what I mean? But here's the deal. You got to stand up to your parents at some point too. Like you can grow a spine, stand up and be, unless you, does he only believe these things when his mom is around because he's afraid of his mom?
That's worse.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And so If he only believes that when his mom's around because he's afraid of her, she's not going to stop being your fucking mom if you stand up to her. But your wife might stop being your fucking wife if you keep taking your mom's side in front of your.
Like it shows really weak.
It is.
I'm gonna put this like in a different perspective. I don't know how she's still attracted to him, because that is the most unattractive thing to do, is to not protect your family and protect like your family values. And that's something a traditional person should be doing.
Yep.
You should be protecting your family. So he's kind of walking back on the values that he has by sticking with his mom instead of sticking up.
Well, he's picking and choosing the values that makes it so he doesn't have to cook or clean. Like that's most of them. He's like, no, I agree. Yeah, my mom's right. Yeah, like at the moment, like I don't really want to cook, so you should probably do that.
And then the scarier person, it seems like he is a weak person and has two strong women in his life. Yep. So when the mom is around, that's his OG strong woman. And then when she's gone, that's his other woman.
Yeah, it's angel and demon on your shoulders. And like one of them's louder than the other one. And he chose the wrong one. Yeah. And I wonder too, it's weird because it's like he's in a situation where both of the women in his life are stuck with him for the most part in some capacity, because his wife he has kids with, you know what I mean? So like they're gonna need to, like they have to at least maintain a relationship of some kind, and his mom is his mom. So it's like just like your actual relationships, your like the relation to these people isn't going to change if you just grow up and like act like an adult and defend your. Well, I don't know. All I know is like Jenna. If I was in the same shoes, which luckily I wouldn't because my mom's awesome.
Go moms.
Yeah.
Go our moms.
Go our moms. But Jenna wouldn't take that shit. I can tell you that much. And I'm glad. I'm glad that she wouldn't. You know, I don't feel like a weak man at any point in our relationship. Which go me. But I also would like be in in this specific situation. If Jenna, it would be very clear what side I need to be on, just by my wife's body language, the way that we're talking, and just for the fact that I married her for a reason. I love who she is. I don't want her to be someone she's not. And presumably, if you've been with somebody for this long, to the point where you have kids with them, you know who your wife is. And asking her to change that drastically into something that's super regressive too, and kind of just really fucking insulting. I don't know how he's attracted to himself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like how can he? I don't know how he can feel good about the person that he is in that situation. Much less how she's attracted to him still. Which I think based off this post, she's just not.
She's not.
Yeah.
She's like, I gotta vent this out. I just gotta let people know.
Yeah.
Writing is. This is gonna be the same guy that when he gets handed like the divorce papers, he's like, I never saw this coming. What happened?
Because you never saw anything coming. So, yep. Yeah, I can't wait for those divorce papers. Honestly, go divorce. Let's go.
I checked to see if there was any update, but it was just a throwaway. Aww. She was just venting it out, but we know what happened.
We know what happened.
She's too strong to stay back for this. All right. Short one. Am I the asshole for abandoning my parents at an island in the Caribbean so I could get back to our cruise ship in time? I graduated from high school back in December. As a gift, my parents got me a cruise. It was also for my 18th birthday. It was also a family vacation. We usually stay at an inclusive resort, but I have always wanted to go on a cruise. I told my parents it was different and that if we went on excursions, we had to follow the schedule no matter what. Well, it was a week-long cruise and they would not head back to the ship when I said it was time to go. They were busy shopping and bargaining with the locals. I finally said that I was heading back to the ship. My mom waved me off. They missed the departure by a lot, like 45 minutes. They got a hold of me through WhatsApp. They want to know why I didn't get the boat to wait for them. I wanted to scream that they were not going to inconvenience 3,998 people because 2 could not understand what a schedule was. They ended up having to fly to the next port, and from there, it was expensive. They are pissed at me for leaving them behind. I don't know what I was supposed to do. They literally told me that they knew what they were doing. I wish I had never asked for this. They are making me miserable because I left without them. This is a layup. I just thought it was
is
funny.
Yeah, no, this is an absolute layup. Obviously not an asshole. Definitely not. And also very parent behavior too. I think that like there's so many parents out there. There's so many, people can relate to these parents. Even my parents, who I love, would do shit like this. Jenna's parents, who are amazing, would do shit like this. It's like the most parent thing ever.
Wait, think that the boat's gonna wait for him?
I think so. I think that there's a lot of there's like an not necessarily think that the boat's gonna wait for them, but they've lived enough life to think that things are gonna work out fine.
Yeah.
So like it's like the vibe of like, don't just, what do you, just shut up and you go, like we'll be there, like the boat will wait, like just kind of that vibe that I think I've noticed in that specific generation.
I have not experienced that. Well, okay, so I'm pretty
Really?
sure my anxiety comes from my mom.
Okay.
But
Fair.
we don't even want to play. I've gone on cruises with my family, with my parents. Like it was not play around time. We were back on that boat 30 minutes before. We wanted to for sure make sure that we were getting back on that boat.
Fair.
Like it.
How early?
They knew the boat wasn't going to leave them.
Okay.
But, I mean, because they knew the boat would leave them. Yeah.
How early do your parents get to the airport before the flight?
I think we're 2 hours before.
See, yeah, that's good. I feel like from what you were describing, I'd expect it to be like 4 hours before people. You know what I mean?
No, we're normal. We're not gonna miss stuff.
Yeah.
I am the most late person in our family.
Oh, I know.
I am the person that would do it. What can I say? What can I say? I don't purposely do it. I just have a little bit of time blindness sometimes.
No, that's
I
fine.
think that I have time, and I really don't.
Mhm.
And I've never had time. I just need to. I need to work through that.
Yeah.
But
well, maybe if you're more like a traditional woman who like stayed on.
I know if I just stayed at home and I cleaned all
Yeah.
the time, I wouldn't have to be late to anywhere because I wouldn't be going anywhere.
And then when you get hungry, you start making dinner. Exactly. See?
For everybody, and then I get the last piece.
Yeah, if there's some
I have
left.
to make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, if there's some left.
Yeah.
If there's not, then
It's bread.
I'm gonna have air for dinner.
Oh yeah, that too.
So I can be the skinny queen,
Mhm.
the perfect
Get the dress up
housewife.
to vacuum. So.
and high heels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
the kitten heels, I get it. Like the 50s wives, how they were always wearing heels. Those aren't that bad.
Mhm.
Like the short little heel, that you really don't feel a difference in
I don't.
that. Like it's not great, but it isn't. You should wear them sometime.
Okay.
But the full like inappropriate like French maid stuff, I don't know how people do that. That's just
Yeah, no,
that's a lot.
I don't do that. I don't ever.
You don't do either.
No, I'd never put on a French maid costume and vacuumed for Jenna.
That should be a sub goal. Should have done that for the move-a-thon.
Yeah, because I
She
wouldn't do
deserved
it for
it.
free. I agree.
She deserves it.
100%.
I don't know if she'd want that show, but
No,
she'd appreciate the vacuuming.
that's true.
I'm now staring at Teto instead of you. This is a great view.
That's
Handsome boy.
So much
His
better.
butt's into your face on the screen. Okay.
Last one.
All right. Let me pick between.
Oh.
Here, you're going to pick between 3.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my sister's wedding knowing that it means most of our family won't attend? Am I the asshole for walking out of the bridal salon when I found out my friends were making fun of me behind my back? Am I the asshole for agreeing with my mom that it's kind of pathetic my wife can't cook?
So we've had similar. These are all like. I think we've discovered like an avenue of human emotions here.
And Reddit voted differently for each one of these.
Okay. We've done a lot of mom stuff, so no mom stuff.
Yep.
Let's do the bridal one where she walked out.
We'll do a friend situation.
The friend situation, yeah.
Little frenemies moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I the asshole for walking out of the bridal salon when I found out my friends were making fun of me behind my back? I have 2 friends, Gabby and Shelly. All of us are 23 if that matters. We were roommates in college and stayed in the same city after graduation. While the 3 of us are close, I've always known that Gabby and Shelly are the closest. They have a really sweet friendship. Shelly's getting married and Gabby is the maid of honor, and I'm one of the bridesmaids. Over the weekend, I went with Shelly so she could look at wedding dresses. Gabby was supposed to come with us, called into work last minute. I helped Shelly pick out some dresses. Then she went with the consultant to try them on. Shelly asked that I take pictures and videos on her phone to send to her mom and Gabby. I was getting the camera ready when a text from Gabby came through. I didn't mean to click on it and was instantly going to click back out when I saw one of my Instagram pictures in their private chat from earlier that morning. Both were making fun of me for the face I was making and my outfit choice. It didn't appear to be in very good nature. I admit curiosity got the best of me, so I searched my name in the chat. I found multiple pictures that I, my boyfriend, or my mom have posted on myself, absolutely ripping them to shreds, ranging from selfies to posted shots to even a few baby pictures. They also made fun of me in general in terms of the way I talked, wore my hair, and the way I ate. This went back as far as I could tell, at least a year. My heart broke. It all felt so juvenile in high school. While we all joke around, I would never do this to them, nor have they ever even tried to instigate these type of conversations with me about the other one-on-one.
Yeah.
I was in tears. As someone who was bullied all through middle school and high school, it just brought me back to a horrible place. I put the phone in Shelly's purse and I brought it to another employee, telling her to tell Shelly that I had to go. I drove home and had a long cry. Shelly texted me by the time I made it home asking where I went. I said I was going home and we could talk later. When she did call a few hours later, she was understandably confused and hurt that I left. I told her what I found, explained that I only looked further because of the initial text I accidentally saw. She went off on me for looking through her private text and said those were none of my business. She also told me I shouldn't have left the store without saying anything. I said I didn't want to make a scene, but also knew I couldn't fake being happy for her. Shelly told me that the texts were all in good fun and clearly she loves me because I'm going to be her bridesmaid. She added that I'm only hurt because I chose to read all those texts. Later on, Gabby called to tell me that I invaded Shelly's privacy and hurt her by walking out. My boyfriend and mom think I did the right thing by walking out, but obviously they're a little biased. I just want some unbiased looks. Was I an asshole to look through the text and then leave?
Yep, horrible person. She's the asshole for sure. No, I mean, no, she's not. She's not an asshole. She doesn't know any apologies whatsoever. I love to make fun of my friends to my friends' faces in ways that are very clearly joking. I love to be on the receiving end of gentle ribbing and roasting. You know, I have an ego and self-esteem issues, so I don't like tear me apart. But that's the whole point of being a friend, is knowing each other's limits and like what you can do and how you can roast people. I can honestly say that I don't think I've ever talked about one of my friends behind their backs in a way where they would be like surprised by it, you know, and hurt by it, because it's something that you're just not friends with that person. If you do that, you're not friends with somebody if you take their baby pictures and make fun of them behind their back. What did the baby do? In a mean way, right? Like, you can joke about, I mean, I don't think babies are cute. I'm gonna be honest. I think most of them are ugly. And
I've only seen one pretty baby.
Yeah.
Every other baby, ugly.
They're just like very miniature old people. Like, that's what they look like. And so, like, no offense to the old hotties out there, you guys are awesome. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong at all with what this person. Actually, I think they handled it in a really mature and adult way. They found something on accident. They obviously, they put it away. Yep. They left the store.
They didn't want to cause a scene.
Yep. And then they waited to have a conversation until they calmed down more. When the person was like, "Hey, what the fuck?" They were like, "Hey, let's talk later." So I don't explode right now. And then when that person called them, they calmly, it sounds like, explained what happened, and were like, "Sorry, I did not mean to read the text messages, but once I did, of course I had to investigate further, because you know shit, you would too." And I found more. It's like, that hurt really bad, and fuck you, you know. And the other person only got mad. The other two people only got mad because they got caught, which is just another example of them being not great people. You know what I mean? So it sucks from the sounds of it. Like, these are two people where there's like, this person doesn't have like a ton of friends, but to be honest, they weren't her friends in the first place. So
nothing lost there.
Nothing lost there. So
this exact situation happened to me.
What?
Like that? Yeah, this exact thing happened to me in high school.
What?
It sucked so bad.
Nope.
I was like best friends. So it was my freshman year of high school. So perfect time for this to happen.
Of course.
Not a formative year or anything.
No.
I just got into a weird group of girls. There was a lot of jealousy because I made the varsity soccer team, and I was one of 3 other freshmen that did it, and nobody else in my girls' friend group had done that. And I could tell people were being a little bit weird to me regarding my obsession with the internet. I was always watching YouTube. I was making like YouTube videos.
At least that changed.
And those things. Yeah, thank God that changed. Oh my God. Imagine if I grew up and just kept doing that. Insane. And my friend was over at my place, and she was like, oh, text like XYZ girl for me. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. And I opened it, and the last text messages were her at my place making fun of the things that I was currently doing there with like another girl. And I just like saw that. I was like, oh, okay. And then I get into the classroom the next day, just being upset. And this other girl, like, that she was texting comes up and goes, hey, you know, the girls in the classroom always make fun of your face. They call you like a plastic doll because your face is like shiny. Because I had oily skin. So they were like, yeah.
Most teenagers have oily skin? Okay, anyways.
Yeah, they were like, oh my God, she's plastic. She's so fake. All these other things. From that day, that one day, I had no friends. After that point, like, they all just turned on me in that one moment. And it was really insane because you do wonder, okay, if everybody doesn't like me, I must be the asshole. Like, because it was the majority of people that were against me.
Yeah.
So how do you not feel that it's yourself opposed to one bad apple causing people to gang up on someone else?
Getting the goat or spoiling.
Getting the goat. Yep.
This is
that
one.
Works.
Yeah. So I'm learning a new turn of phrase today from Canada. Thank you.
I like that. Thank you, Canada. Shout out Canada.
That's
Love
tough.
you.
Actually, though.
Yeah, I don't remember how it was resolved. I think I blocked out the rest of that.
It sounds like you did. Probably healthy too, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
I think soccer season started up, so then I started chilling.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I just put all my energy.
Have distraction, teammates, all that kind of stuff. You'll make new friends.
Yeah, it's great.
All that kind of shit.
100%. Like I don't miss any of those people.
No,
that's the thing.
You should.
It was devastating in the moment because it just breaks so much of what you, and it causes lifelong trust issues because whenever someone like compliments you or whenever someone says that they like you, or if they call you weird in like a joking way, in your brain, you're just going, oh shit, this is happening. Are they telling the truth right now? Or are they about to go text someone else?
Right.
That, they think that I'm weird and not cool or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're weird, but like in a cool way. You know?
Yeah, let's go. I changed it.
Yeah, it's how you leaned into it. You know what I mean? And
honestly, if I didn't get bullied, I probably wouldn't have as great of a personality as I do right now.
Exactly. Shout out bullies.
Shout out bullies. Keep doing it. Just kidding. Don't
stop.
Please
it.
stop.
It hurts.
Please stop. It hurt my feelings. No. I wish I didn't have to turn out this way, but you know what?
Here we are.
Here we are, the best of the best.
Let's go.
Yeah. So what do we think? I also, side note about this person posting this. Once again, at the beginning, we started off strong, calling everybody assholes for posting onto this. I don't think that they're an asshole.
No, I think they genuinely, because what their situation came from, it stemmed from like a social thing where like now like she needs to know. Is everybody like this? Like, am I the asshole? Like, I had 2 friends, you know, like it sounds like she has like 2 friends, right? And those are people she hung out with the most. And now she's confused about if she actually did something wrong, and she wants to like prevent doing things wrong in the future, or like making sure that she isn't the asshole for responding in her way that in her head is like the only, like that's the right way to respond. And yeah, it's good that she sought out confirmation online. I think she posted genuinely concerned about like her loss of friendship, but also because she needed confirmation that she wasn't an asshole, because somebody needs to tell her that she's a good person.
Because she was like 50-50. She had 2 people calling an asshole, and then she had 2 people that were close to her not calling her an asshole, and she was concerned about the bias.
The bias. She's not biased. And also good on them for actually being supportive.
Let's go. A mom and a significant other.
Wow. We
really actually being good.
We turned this one around.
Situation.
Let's go.
So do we have like any final thoughts about these assholes and not assholes?
Nope. Moms are assholes is all I have in my head at the moment.
Yeah, hopefully they get redeemed.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this version of the podcast. If you have any suggestions or anything that you would like us to discuss or see us do, make sure to let us know
French-made coffee.
Through Smoke Signal, because we have gone off of all social media platforms.
Yes.
Frick, Twitter /X.
Twitter /X. And Blue Sky and Threads.
And all of them.
And all of them.
They're all run by bad people. Okay, bye.
Bye.